You and I have both experienced that pain. You strive for your justice, and I strive for mine.
And what's going on, Read My Lips people? We are back. Back like we ain't never left, baby. So, let me explain the meaning of this title. Pretty sure you're wondering, what in blue blazes is Blue Magga? Well, first let me start off by saying this. Trump a couple days ago retweeted a hilarious meme that there was a ton of faux outrage about. And it was right after Joe Biden said that, you know, if you're not voting for him and if you vote for Trump, you ain't black. Trump tweeted a hilarious meme, and there was a ton of backlash and a ton of outrage about it. I'm actually going to play that clip for you, and then we'll come back.
Well, it's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Okay, so that was Trolling 101. It's very now. It's very much in the now. Those type of memes, that kind of, you know, trolling is very 2020, very new age. But there was a ton of backlash. People are outraged by it. I get it. I do understand where your rage comes from. But people were outraged about it. News article after news article after news article. How could you put something like this out? Very unpresidential. You know, this is why, you know, the Dems are better than the Republicans, because we don't act this way. And this is why we're better than the Maga people, because we don't act this way, etc., etc., etc. And so pretty much what I've noticed recently is that there is a almost cult-like blinding love for handsy Uncle Joe Biden. I've been seeing people on media and in interviews eager to remove one cancer from the White House and insert another cancer into the White House and pat themselves on the back the entire time, as if they just did something great, as if they just did something good. Yeah, yes, I got rid of Donald Trump and I put in Joe Biden. I'm so proud. Well, either you're chocked full of what about Trumpism, you don't know Biden's record, or you don't care about Biden's record. But I've been seeing atrocious things spread about. You all saw when people tweeted, Biden could rape me and I'd still vote for him. Multiple people said things along those lines. I shared it in a video already. Some people are probably trolling. Some of them were probably bots. But I dare say this. Not all of them were. A lot of them fucking meant it. Because they just hate Trump that much. And don't get me wrong. There are many, many reasons to hate Donald Trump. But on the same hand, there are many, many reasons to hate Joe Biden. So, a lot of people are going to say, but you have no other choice. Look, there is no option C. It's A or B. You have to do it, so suck it up, Buttercup. Vote for Joe Biden. You don't got a choice. This is just a fact of the matter. This is what it is. The fact is, there is a Blue Magga. There's a Democratic version of MAGA, and there always has been. But they're bearing their fangs more than ever. Now, there's nothing that can show or put a spotlight on this Blue Magga more than what transpired a couple days ago. Ladies and gentlemen, a columnist for The Nation, first of all, shrugged off all sexual allegations against Joe Biden. Don't care. I don't care about the allegations about Joe Biden. I can give two shits if he did it or didn't do it. Even if he did do it, that's fine. And then went on to say that she would still vote for Joe Biden even if he boiled babies and ate them. Now, if you were just to tell me, if you were just to clip this part, if you were just to say, what group said this, I'd still vote for him even if he boiled babies and ate them, with no context. If I just told you what group said this, I'd still vote for him even if he boiled babies and ate them. What group would say that? What group? You're probably going to say MAGA. You're probably going to say MAGA. You're probably going to say right-wing, crazy, conspiratorial Republicans.
Are you for Hitler or against Hitler? Whatever they say is the opposite. They never tell the truth.
But you'd be wrong. No, these are Democrats. These are Democrats. And she tried to smooth it out. These are the never Trumpers, the what about Trumpisms, the what about Trumpers. This is how she tried to smooth it out. Biden wasn't my first choice, but I would vote for Joe Biden if he boiled babies and ate them. He wasn't my candidate, but taking back the White House is just that important. Basically, what she's saying is taking back the White House is just so important. It's so incredibly important that even if he did sexually assault Tara Reade, it has to take a backseat. Even if he did something as egregious and atrocious as boiling babies, taking back the White House is just that important. Because Joe Biden is slightly better than Donald Trump. As a matter of fact, I have some audio for you. Crystal Ball touched on this in incredible fashion. We're going to listen to that really quick, and then we're going to come back.
Well, you may recall that earlier in the week, I argued Democrats had become exactly like the MAGA cultists that they claimed to hate. They were willing to overlook and justify all sorts of unconscionable and immoral actions in service of helping Biden and hurting Trump. Democrats used to laugh at those poor, stupid MAGA Republicans who would still vote for Trump even if he shot someone on Fifth Avenue. Now they have become exactly what they claim to hate. We're now reduced to the point where, yes, Joe Biden could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue, and Democrats would just argue that if you really think about it, Trump's failed coronavirus response has killed more Americans, so gotta vote blue. Because when a politician and an election is viewed as an actual nation and life-destroying existential threat, there's no limit to what you'll accept, what you'll justify, or what wrongs you yourself will commit in order to eliminate that threat. Well, folks, got a little bit of an update on that front because a writer at The Nation has just added some really important context to the conversation. In an article about why she does not believe Tara Reade, but even if she did, she really wouldn't care, Katha Pollitt opens up with this line: I would vote for Joe Biden if he boiled babies and ate them. He wasn't my candidate, but taking back the White House is that important. Wow. Katha is really bravely exploring the outer reaches of the lesser of two evils philosophy and just what sort of atrocities it might justify. So following Katha's lead, let's just explore this a little bit further. So hypothetically, what if he ate boiled babies and shot someone on Fifth Avenue? Still lesser evil then? What if Biden put the same number of babies in cages as Trump, but he let them out one day earlier? Now, if Trump is literally Hitler, what if Biden committed a massacre but stopped short of full-on genocide? What do you think, guys? Because if there's one thing that's clear, moral relativism and abandonment of literally any principles is totally the way to convince the American people that you are worthy of holding power again. But her article is also literally making the case that sexual assault is not a problem, as a self-described feminist, by the way. So clearly there is some level of crime, violence, and atrocity that you are A-okay with. So where is the line? Seriously. More than sexual assault, but somewhere short of boiled babies? Really lay it out there for us, maybe in a future column, so that we can fully understand the depths of depravity that have infected pundit thinking in the Trump era. The funny thing is, Biden isn't even the nominee yet, so you really do have some other options available to you right now other than boiled babies. But, you know, that's just me spitballing here.
So, this writer goes on to say, I cannot believe that a rational person, so already if you disagree with her, you are irrational. Because her thoughts are law. I cannot believe that a rational person can grasp the disaster that is Donald Trump and withhold their support from Biden because of Tara Reade. So, Biden did something atrocious, but you are irrational if you have a problem with that, because Donald Trump is a disaster. It's not like the administration that held Joe Biden in it didn't lead up to the disaster that is Donald Trump. No, that couldn't be the case. I would say this even if I had no problems with Reade's account. That means, A, she doesn't believe Tara Reade. But even if she believed Tara Reade, she wouldn't care. And then she went on to do something that I've noticed people do all the time, as if that justifies what they're doing. It's at that patting on the back again. She went on to compare Biden to Trump, who has been accused of sexual misconduct by a multitude of women. And it's pretty much okay because Biden has less rapes. I've been seeing that everywhere. Biden has less rapes. Biden has less rapes. He has less rape accusations. So it's okay. Not much policy in this article. Not much policy. Doesn't mention how Biden in 91 attacked Anita Hill. Doesn't mention in 1994 how Biden wrote the disastrous crime bill. Doesn't mention in 95 how Biden wrote the Counterterrorism Act, which then went on to become the Patriot Act. It doesn't mention in 95 how Biden also sought to cut Social Security. Doesn't mention at all how Biden a year later was against gay marriage. Doesn't matter how later on he then voted for the Patriot Act, voted for the Iraq War. The dude was even against bankruptcy protection for students. He's got an atrocious record. I can go on and on and on. Things that Charlemagne quite didn't know or understand. This is deranged.
Come on, Dad, admit it, mate. You're a sicko.
This is MAGA thinking if I've ever seen it. Once Biden became the Democratic nominee, pretty much, I've seen it running rampant. Rampant. People literally throwing away morals. Giving no fucks. Literally A-okaying lies. Now look. If you are voting for Joe Biden, I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to make you feel bad. I'm not going to voter shame you. I'm sure you have your reasons. But when stuff like this is spewed out, even if it's in jest, let's say you have a dark sense of humor. I'm all for a little dark sense of humor. When you say something like, Biden can boil babies and I'd still vote for him, I just can't take you serious. You're not a serious person. You're not a serious actor. If you would have wrote an article and said, look, Biden's better on climate change. We need Biden because of the courts. Then great. But you came out and said, fuck Tara Reade, and I don't care what atrocious things Biden does, he's slightly better than Trump, so I'm going to do it. Biden can do no wrong in my eyes. These people have the same donors. Like I was talking about on the phone with Padgett, you really don't believe that behind closed doors, these people don't chop it up with each other, call each other on the phone, say, hey, you really got me there. You got me on that one. Yeah, I know I got you. I'm not going to take it easy on you in the next one. I got an ad coming for your ass. All right, bring it on. Bring on that ad. You don't think that happens? You think these people are natural mortal enemies? They're all filthy rich. They have the same circle of friends. They go to the same places, eat the same caviar. You got to be kidding yourselves if you think that these people are natural born enemies and that they care about the people. The Dems care strictly about the people and the Republicans are the enemy. Newsflash for you. They're pretty much one and the same. What an atrocious article. I'm supposed to take this person serious? This person has a job writing stuff like this? This is deranged, people. This is deranged. There is a Blue Magga. I see it every day on social media. And there's always a couple people with what about Trumpism. Always. Well, Trump slightly more. Well, Trump slightly more. But Trump. But Trump. But Trump. But Trump. But Trump. But Trump. And they're both horrendous. I never thought I'd say that. Joe Biden winning the nomination has actually shown people's ugly side. Like, I thought it'd be one of the other candidates. Like, if they would have got the nomination, we'd really see people's ugly side. But no, Joe Biden has had people baring their fangs. It's quite interesting. And in the worst way possible. In the worst way possible. Blue Magga. That's what you are. When you say something like, even if Joe Biden boiled babies, I'd vote for him, that's Blue Magga. That's what you are. If you say something like, whoa, Biden's better, as far as the courts go, now we're talking. Now we're making decent conversation. Well, Biden's going to be better with the environment. Biden can get us back with the Paris Climate Agreement. Things along those lines. Now we're talking. Well, we're talking. But when you say something like this, you're just an asshole. You're just anti-Trump. It's just anti-Trump. It's not that you're thinking of things policy-based. You are playing red versus blue. That's all you're doing. You're playing a game. And I don't got time for games. We don't got time for games. Look around you. We don't got time for games. Now we have to sit back another 4 years before we have the chance to get a decent candidate in. What, you think it's going to be heart, stars, and horseshoes with Joe Biden in there? People still going to be broke. Half of America is still going to be making $30,000 or less. 78% of America is still going to be living paycheck to paycheck. I just can't believe people really flip their shit with that Trump meme. But then when the writer puts this out about boiling babies, oh, it's just a dark sense of humor. The writer just has a dark sense of humor. Give it a pass. Why are we always giving the Dems a pass? When it comes to Dems, we always have to give them a pass. We always have to give them a pass. Give them a pass. Give them a pass. Give them a pass. I feel like when it comes to the Democrats, I'm always having a conversation about having to give them a pass. Give them a pass this time because of X, Y, and Z. Give them a pass this time because of X, Y, and Z. X, Y, and Z. X, Y, and Z. Give them a pass because of this. This, that, and the third. How many I'm out of passes. So, look, I just wanted to point out that I wanted to cover this article that was written, and I just wanted to point out that there is a such thing as Blue Magga. They want to go back to the Obama years. They want to go back to that time where Trump wasn't around. And look, people are going to say, well, Trump and racism, Trump and racism. Racism has been around way before Trump. It's going to be around after Trump. Trump did not cause these people to be racist. These people were already racist. Yeah, well, Trump's now emboldening them. Good. 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 I want to know who they are. They need to start losing their jobs, and attention needs to be on them. Let them scream it loud and clear. Good. Be emboldened so I know who you are. So with a platform like mine, when I see you spouting racist shit, I can put it out for what? 3,000 people to see. And eventually, as I get more subscribers, I'll put out more and more, the racists on blast. Let them shout it out. See, before they were quiet and they were just talking about it amongst themselves and staying low, but still being racist underhandedly. Well, how are they doing underhandedly? Like when two people fill out an application, they've done this test. I've seen this test. You can have two people fill out the same application. You can give them equal credentials or one better credentials, but they have an African-American name. So when they get it, guess what they do? They don't choose the African-American name and they hire the other person with the white-sounding name. It's still, stuff like this is happening all the time. Pre-Trump. Right? So I want them to be loud and proud. That lady with the dog, that Karen with the dog, that made the faux police call on the black man, you want her to be out. You want her to voice that shit so we can expose her. Okay? So, look, that's all I wanted to touch upon real quick. Blue Magga, it is real. Some of these Joe Biden supporters have lost their mind with some of the posts that I'm seeing. Like, if you didn't put it in context and you just took the quotes, you would think they were right-wingers. I kid you not. Do it. Also, because of my last stream and because people have reached out and wanted me to do it, I finally made a Patreon. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I made one. I'm still getting used to it, seeing how it works. But I put up the last video that I did on Patreon, so you can check that out. It's not going to have Patreon exclusive videos yet. I really have to figure out what I want to do for Patreon specifically. And once I figure that out, I'll have Patreon exclusive videos. But if you want to support the channel, feel free to sign up to my Patreon and become a patron. I have the link in the description below. Look, I'm just testing this out, guys. I wasn't going to do something like that till I hit like 5K subs. But, people have reached out and said, dude, get a Patreon. Get a Patreon. Not everybody has a Cash App. Not everybody has a PayPal. Not everybody has a Venmo. And this would be a way to help support the channel if you wanted to help support the channel. So, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, subscribe. Just hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. If you don't, let me know in the comment section why. I'm always down to talk about it. I have a Cash App, a PayPal, a Venmo, and a Patreon. All those links are below. I'm never going to get used to saying this now. Please feel free to donate to the channel. Any little bit helps. So, hopefully I'll be seeing you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.
Sometimes I'm feeling high, but sometimes I'm feeling low. I wanna stay inside, I could call my bed my home. I've been trapped inside my mind, that's what keeps me in the zone. I think that I'll be fine, but I do not really know, yeah. It's too late for me, not too late for you. To be great, you'll see, the pain's worth the truth. I don't wanna be just someone that's new. I speak my mind so free, so you you could hear the truth. Yeah, I know that we all have fear. In the back of our minds we hear the devil that's in our ear. Let it push you to see more clear. I don't wanna think about the pain no more. Everybody's not the same. We all open different doors. Yeah, we've all got different brains. That's what keeps starting these wars. I just stay within my lane. Hope my words even score. I just try to keep it real. Find a way